Hi, Mark Archer here from the Blowout Sax, author of the book Blowout Sax, A Revolutionary Way to Learn the Saxophone. Now, don't forget that we are learning by ear. So we're now going to learn sharps and flats. Don't be put off by the sharps and flats thing. The whole thing is these are the black notes on the piano and they're designed to kind of confuse you, but don't let them. My name's Mark, M-A-R-K, M-A-R-C, it's still Mark. So every note that we call a sharp is also called a flat. But we're going to call them all sharps just to make it super easy, except B flat, which will show you why, because you're literally falling down on the note. So F sharp is the first note we're going to learn. F sharp is 3 fingers on, 1, 2, and 3, and the second finger of your right hand for F sharp. Okay, if you can't remember that, imagine you cutting yourself and you say that in sharp. Okay, now F sharp, soft with the thumb off, with the thumb on. Likewise, you can do a beautiful little trill within it. It's a really nice thing to do, again, working on that finger for obvious reasons. Now, F sharp. We're now going to do a tune with F sharp in, and the tune we're going to do is When I Fall in Love. Now, When I Fall in Love is in what we call a major key, G major. Okay, G major, the notes in G major are all your naturals and F sharp. Major keys are happy keys. Minor keys, which we're going to come to in a minute, are your sad keys. Same set of notes starting in a different place. What you've got to remember about your scales, scale means ladder, is that it's a bit like preparing the ingredients before you cook a meal. So it's well worth sometimes doing just running up and down the fingers. And learn these as you go. Again, later on, you'll be so grateful for me, for when you start jamming and stuff, that you've already got these scales learned. So When I Fall in Love. Now, we're going to play When I Fall in Love, and it's got an F sharp in the second verse. Let's just play a verse of that, and then we're going to bring something in called vibrato. So let's just play just a section of this just to give you a little taster of where we're going to go. Now, when we start, we're going to go from the D to the G, and then from the G to the C. So there's some big jumps to be going through there. Switch. Okay, now as you start that low D, remember, blow softly, relax the bottom lip, push with your stomach and just ease the note out really, really softly. Beautiful note right from your stomach. Now, I'm now going to teach you, did you hear that last note was called terminal vibrato? I'm now going to teach you how to do what we call wah-wahs and woo-woos. Wah-wahs is where we keep the lip nice and relaxed and we slide the jaw up and down, up and down. So I tell you, trying to do a step-tone sound impersonation, rubbing your low teeth against the bottom part of your jaw. So watch my jaw, and I'm going to just wah-wah on like a nice F sharp with the thumb on. Watch my jaw. I'm going to bend the note up and down. Wah-wahs. Okay, so I'm bending the note, bending the note, bending the note, shaping the note. Wah-wahs and tonguing are interchangeable. Okay, so when we're playing this tune, we can either tongue certain notes when we're repeating them, or we can wah-wah them. Now, that's going to lead on something called woo-woos. Now, the woo-woos, this type of vibrato, this sort of pulse that you're putting on the note, is really important. When we play a note, we sometimes just play it straight. And think of that note as just being like a plain digestive. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to put the chocolate on top of it, toffee on top of it, hundreds and thousands. We're going to make it so much more exciting. And this is going to define, in time, you and your own sound. This type of vibrato, as well as your lovely tone, your sound, is your vibrato. So I'm going to now do a woo-woo. What I'm doing is literally mumbling with my bottom lip and my jaw just a little bit. So we're getting this. So you notice I did different pulses all the time, okay? You can do a fast vibrato, a slow vibrato. You can just play around with that. And you tend to do that on any note you're holding. Now, the saxophone's a singing instrument, so you kind of want to play like a singer. So you could either sing it, When I Fall in Love, which is very straight, or you could put the vibrato, When I Fall in Love. So you get that little wobble on the sound, okay? It's very effective when you first start doing it, but after a while, you'll just naturally start doing it as part of your sound. But this is a crucial part. So if I put, hanging on the C, the vibrato, listen to when it goes on. Now, the vibrato that I put on there was a nice soft vibrato. If you want to hear vibrato done to an extreme sound, the guy who did it unbelievably heavily, it sounded like a chunk of wood being used, was a guy called Ben Webster. Check out Ben Webster's version of When I've Fallen in Love, Time After Time. Absolutely beautiful. And this is a guy we'll come across later in our Sax Titans. Beautiful, beautiful saxophone player. He was also part of the many fantastic musicians that Duke Ellington learned. And Duke Ellington once said, the most important thing to becoming a musician is listening. Listening, listening, listening. The moment that you stop listening, you're no longer improving as a musician. Listening to yourself, listening to others. So much of becoming a great musician is listening. So if the Duke said it, that's good advice. Wahs and woos. Wahs are big, woos are small. Okay, so if I play for you now, When I've Fallen in Love. And again, we're just going to play it beautifully slowly. We're going to concentrate on tone. We're going to concentrate on articulate it. We're going to concentrate on really producing a beautiful, beautiful sound on this fantastic instrument that is the saxophone. So When I've Fallen in Love. Okay, so that's When I've Fallen in Love. Beautiful sound, and I didn't play that badly either. Now, a couple of little things to think about. Lots of bridge crossings towards the end of that verse. C, D, E, and then right the last one, C, E, D. And again, you're doing some nice big jumps. You're going from low E to high E, so make sure low E, very soft on verse 2. And get ready for your high F sharp, because that's when F sharp comes into play on When I've Fallen in Love. So, When I've Fallen in Love on the saxophone, slowly think about the person that you're in love with, play it with as much beauty as you can muster, think gorgeous, rich, warm notes, put the vibrato on, wahs, woos, put your articulation on, and each time you play it, just think of a lovely, warm saxophone sound. When I've Fallen in Love, F sharp, get it under your fingers, have some fun, enjoy yourself.